So I'm using Embryolisse next to hydrate DD's skin. It's important that you prep that skin. That's the most important step when you're applying makeup. And I'm using my fingers beyond the brush, right? I'm going to show you things other than brushes, other than sponges, so that you kind of get a feel for what it's like out there and what you can do, what's possible. When you're working with your hands, however, you want to make sure it's perfectly okay with your clients first. Get their approval. Is it okay if I use my hands? If they say no, that's fine, I'll use brushes on you, but you're going to miss out on the most incredible massage. Wouldn't you like a massage to start your day, right? Excuse me. Prime. Thinking to an educator. If someone says point of intensity, point of light, or purposeful placement, that's going to direct you where you first place your products. Because what happens wherever you first place your product? When you touch a product to skin, you get what? A blotch of product, right? So if your points of intensity or points of product placement do not match up from side to side, you're going to distort the bone structure, the morphology of that client. And then when it comes time to take pictures, they're going to look crooked. So thinking about all of that, I'm thinking, okay, my highest point on DD's here on this side. I want to make sure that I match it on the opposite side just the same. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is take a darker shade. I'm going to take another tissue. I forgot my rubber bands today. Awesome. I'm going to take number 505, which is definitely not DD shade. Turn this way. It'll last all day long. Not only that, with airbrush thinner, this little metal bottle that looks beat up because I travel all over the world, this little bottle can transform anything that is silicone, oil, or wax-based into an airbrush paint.
Contouring faux shadows, which is another word for fake shadows. You're creating shadows. It's not supposed to look like makeup sitting on top of your skin. It can, and that's beautiful if that's the look you're going for. But if you want people to just think you woke up like this, you want to blend it, it's a process. So what we're doing, if you notice, she doesn't have maybe the most prominent cheekbones. Like, I have Santa Claus cheeks, okay? So it's a little easier for me, but some people don't always have that. So I'm gonna have her do the little kissy smile. So when I do makeup on my clients, have them make a kissy face and then smile with it. So let's try it. Yeah. Some people call it the stank face, whatever you want to call it, the cat lady. But what
You came all the way to IMATS here? Oh my God.
So I'm filling that wound and maybe putting a little bit of this into the eyebrow, like the blood was dripping down and kind of collecting. Big icicles. Excuse me, if you were doing very big icicles, you'd want to work with a hair dryer because the hair dryer is going to speed the process here. And as I said, whenever you're ready to remove, all you do is just wash it off.
from a colleague or a great friend of mine and been like, how did I even do that? How did we just come up with the exact same thing at the exact same time? And often it's probably because I was spending a little bit too much time on their page. That's really all it was. So I think that the best advice that I can give you, and you should take a trip, go outside, go to the beach. I mean, I'm from California, I'm sorry. I would go to the beach. Go out in nature. New York City is such an incredible, inspirational city. I'm often very inspired by fashion, nature, and architecture.
All right, guys, I'm on my way home. I'm downtown at the, not downtown, but basically downstairs in Times Square at the bus station. I'm hours early because I had to check out of my hotel before I went to my classes. But anyways, overall, I really did love my experience at IMATS. I love the educational portion of it because y'all know that I'm really big on education. And I just love like how inspiring all of it was. Also, the prices at IMATS, just in case any of you guys ask me, I noticed that on the products, most of them, like if you ever shopped with the brand before or ever just browsed, you know the typical prices. So it was like basically you were getting discounts if you bought things in bulk. I'm not sure if they discounted anything individually, but it was basically like if you bought, I think it's like more than 5 or whatever, then you got a percentage off. And then you also got a percentage off of stuff if you were like a Pro Card member. So, just look forward to that and then also save for that, because I know a lot of people think like, oh man, I'm about to buy an eyeshadow for $3. And no, it's like it's regular price. And then I'll put it like this. It's an easy way, like if you're trying to stock up on materials like for your kid or just because you're a makeup enthusiast, then it will be good for you to do that, because like when you buy things like in bulk or like a lot of items, they will start to take percentages off on those items. But individually, I don't believe that it was any percentage off just one item. I did see like a lot of different brands. There were some indie brands that I had never heard of before as well that I kind of wanted to check out, but I kind of walked past them because I was trying to get to the classes and everything and just kind of make sure that I was getting to the classes on time to get a seat, because even though I could be able to sit in the front row or really close, it was like some people, they would get there early just like you would and sit down, or like they would bring a guest and they would have their guests sitting in those reserved seats, or even people that didn't have no Pro Card, they would still sit in the front. So other than, I'm not that type of person that be making a big deal out of it, but I just knew to kind of get there a little bit early. Also, where I stayed at the Pod Times Square was really, really convenient because it's like 2 minutes away from the bus station. And then where they held the IMATS this year, it was like a 15-minute walk. So that was nothing. What else? Oh, like the waiting time, like the stand in the lines. I guess because I was always early, I didn't have to wait that long. Even like when I went to the pros night and I got there at 3:15, even though it started at 3 o'clock, I still wasn't standing out there like no more than 10-15 minutes. But even then, like that wasn't a pain, because it was like I was just looking amongst the crowd at like all the people and all their beautiful makeup, because you had some people that was coming that had fantasy makeup, you had some people that had like regular makeup, Instagram, YouTube-ish kind of makeup. No shade, I'm just saying, so y'all can kind of get the visual, What else? They had like just, you could, whatever you really wanted to see was what you were gonna see. There were a lot of people, as I said in my previous video, that are like YouTubers, but they actually are professional makeup artists that work for big name brands that were there to do classes. That was also really good because you kind of got to get to know them personally, and you also got to see them work for real, because y'all know how they could throw a filter on stuff and make things look more than what they really are. But to see them really create and see like, dang, you really are good at what you do and it's not just a filter, really blows my mind. And that's how you win me over as a fan or as a supporter, is when I see what you do in person and it looks just as good as it does on the internet. What else can I tell y'all about IMATS? Other than that, it was just amazing. Oh, you know what? They had food on the inside too, which that was really good, because nobody wants to leave. Like once you get in, don't nobody want to leave and go get something to eat and then come back, or you know, eat something and be worried about holding it around. That was really because I didn't even know that they had any food until today. IMATS is 3 days long. I think it's advertised as 4, but I think the very, very first day is the master's class. I wish I would have known about that because I would have wanted to go to that. But anyways, it's 3 days long, but I stayed today and yesterday. And I just really, really enjoyed myself. Like, I couldn't shake the feeling of having gratitude. Like, I wasn't even pressed about buying anything because I was just so, like, trying to see everything that I could see, learn everything that I could learn, take as many pictures as I could, and take as many notes. Even though I did travel very light in packing-wise and in money-wise, it still didn't urge me to try to spend any money to buy anything, you know. I'm like, I'm not really worried about it because right now I'm in a situation where I don't necessarily have to focus on my kit to like build my professional kit right now. I can if I want to, but it's not like a necessity. So for me, IMATS was not going to be a shopping experience. It was going to be an educational experience. But overall, I think it was so nice. I think it was just like so nice and so breathtaking. So I hope that you guys liked my videos. I hope that you enjoyed everything with me. I really wanted to take you guys on this journey with me just to see like how I got here, what I learned, and my intake on anything. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Or if you came and you bought something specific, comment below and tell me your experience and what you bought and who you met. Just spill all the tea because I want to know. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and y'all, my face is clearing up. That's what happens when you release yourself from situations, cut some people off, start breathing a little better, not worried all the time. Your skin get a little better, honey. Anyway, see y'all later.